Similarly, the police. That is why we convene a special session of MPs and the NGOs to demand that the present IGP Musa Hassan not be extended. Ample evidence. A deputy minister, as mentioned by Azul Zaid, stated that. Was there any investigations or answer? No. In Parliament, I read out statutory declaration, 9 to 11, statutory declaration made under oath by senior and other police officers, stating that the present IGP was involved in some underworld activity. Investigate? No. Was there any response from the minister? No. So how do you expect us to believe that this country and this government and this Prime Minister have any inkling, never mind about reform or new image, do expect us to be convinced that he has any understanding of what reform means and entails? I tell you, zero when it comes to reform. Precisely because we have compelling argument and reasons to prove otherwise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are therefore facing a major challenge. Where do you go from here? Where do we begin? That reminds me of a love story. Some feels a bit disheartened. And many of us say, look, there's a huge problem over this temple in Kedah, abattoir in Kedah, Kampung Buah Kepala, disaster for Pakatan Raya. Or some criticism against Anwar, against PAS or DAP. Come on. Is there a real problem in Pakatan? I'm telling you, we have to improve, it's true. We have to fortify and ensure that some of the civil problems be resolved. But are they serious problems that would cause a crack? I said no. I mean, the meetings are very regular. We know when it comes to the crunch, we were elected, notwithstanding whether you are DAP or PAS or Patika Adela, we were given the mandate by all Malaysians to undertake a major change. That I'm committed to do, and I give my solemn oath and promise we will continue to do that. Please don't be easily disheartened because of the media, incessant propaganda by the government, uncontrolled media. When I was young, writing to Aziza, because very ethical, moral, love relations within us, so we just write letters. And I quoted whatsoever, and it has some bearing here. I'm sure she memorized that. What though the radiance which was once so bright be forever taken from my sight? The glory that was once in the flower, the splendor in the grass. Because there was, such high expectation. You want to see this change. So any semblance of discord, minor discord, would rattle us and frustrate us. But I want to reiterate my earlier point, that we're committed to this reform. The positive side is that leaders, past leaders, notwithstanding this huge issue of unity government, DAP and Parti Keadilan, there's no two way about it. We have given our full commitment that we will be together, and our first agenda is to get to Putrajaya. But you must remember, this old game of racist politics is still there. So sometimes we have Malays, even within Pakatan, worrying about the Malay agenda. We have Chinese, for example, saying that, well, now we are able to do something. So it's all Chinese issue. And we have Indians, because of the support they lend to Pakatan, they think that all the Indian problems was encountered all these 51 years must be solved at all costs this year. So we have that problem. I was at a long chat with Wan Eng, the Ketua Menteri, who explained to me this problems Kampung Buah Pala. And I have full confidence in the manner he handles the situation and his resolve. I have never questioned the fact that Wan Eng, he's only caring for the Chinese, he doesn't care for us. That is what Sami Bin believes. And he's the last person that should solicit any advice about governance in the first place. The only issue you can seek his advice is we lose some shares, then you should go and find out. But otherwise, I don't believe there's any credibility there. They have these shared problems. So I appeal to our friends. You want Pakatan to succeed, you cannot have this old UMNO, MCA, MIC mindset. Chinese talk about Chinese problems, Indian problems, Malay problem. No. I didn't mention Gerakan. So Gerakan is dead and gone for a time. That's why they have Bosuku there to work on this KPI. Poor guy. He's a good friend of mine. He was asked to monitor this key performance index. Siapa nak dengar dia? Seriously, who in the government, and more so in UMNO, would ever take heed of what poor Sukun trying to say? No, really, I sympathize with him. In Penang, Ketua Cawangan UMNO look at what he says. And here is in the cabinet, key performance index, every day, long-winded speech, telling about how KPA, KPI, apa KRA, KPRA. So, but please, we have to move on beyond this old mindset, the old approach. It's very important. It's a challenge to us in Pakatan. We continue to use that. If Malays are insensitive to the issues raised by the Chinese and Indians, the Indians only concern themselves with purely Indian issues, not the Malays and the Chinese and the Ibans and the Kadazan. And similarly the Chinese, then we will continue to have this problem. We can move, we can succeed when we think as Malaysians and work together